Welcome back to Fortune Cookies, and this is video 2. And I changed the background here to the American flag because, I don't know, we're doing political videos. I think I'm going to change the intro for you guys too. I don't know if I like that intro. But so we're on video 2. This one, we are going to focus on the DNC and what they're going to do. I know that we're kind of late in the game. There's been a lot of news talking heads that keep saying that they can't replace Biden at this point. But let's see if they're gonna, maybe. All right. So as always, thank you so much for being here. My name's Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we're doing politics. So I don't know. I'm hoping none of those sedans are going to show up in front of my house. Let's put this up. Let's do this. And let's get crack-a-lackin', kids. So we're going to read about the DNC like they are one big happy family, one big contented entity. What are they thinking about Joe's performance? We're going to go to the old-fashioned Celtic cross for you guys. Oh, right smack in the middle. We have powers that be think that he's a guy who can't get the job done. What crosses them? They need something to spark interest. They need some ideas. The feeling under the surface is the Chariot, and we're going backwards. We're not being able to pick up speed. This is my suitcase card. This is what we need to go into the past. We need to find somebody young. We need to find somebody youthful. We need to find another Kennedy. And I swear I have always said that the DNC thought that the Bidens were going to be the new Kennedy crew. They're not. Camelot 2 did not happen. So what is the dominant thought here? Ace of Pentacles, they need somebody who can put butts in the seats. I've been saying that for some time. I did think that it was going to be Michelle Obama, but I haven't read on that since this happened. So we'll pull that in at the end of this one because I think I want to look at Newsome. I think I want to look at Michelle. There's some other players in there. So let's keep an eye out. So we've got an Empress here. The future is an Empress. I think they are looking for a female leader. So there are a few contenders. We'll take a look at those, but we're going to clean up the real estate first. So here, how do they see the situation? Situation's done. Death card. Death card. We got to move it on over, Rover, because we need a new guy in there. And second one, how others see him. How others see this is a little complicated. How others see the situation for the DNC, for the Democratic Party, how they see it. It's like it's such a disaster. They don't even know how they can come back from it. Hopes and fears. Is this going to divide the party? Are they going to lose the votes they have? And final outcome is the Temperance card in reverse. So trying to get that female in there might be a little bit tricky. I think they're going to be grasping at straws to get her. All in all, not terrifically negative cards, very positively wanting to move him out of that position. So I'm saying they really don't want him as the candidate anymore. Just going to move these little suckers over here. So are we looking at Kamala? Let's take a look at Kamala first. Are they going to move Kamala into the top spot? Nope, not moving forward with her. She's worse than him. Oh, and there again, we've got that. They've got to get more butts in the seat. So we're not going to look at that. Let's real quick look at what Kamala's future is going to be. Where is Kamala headed at this point? Where is Kamala? Kamala. I am a Kamala. Where are my Genesis fans at? Oh, so Knight of Pentacles, she wants a more permanent position. So even though the vice presidency slash presidency can be a 16-year term if you get voted in for both. So say you're vice president for 2 years and then you're president for the next 2 years. That's 16 years. It's not that permanent. It does seem like a long time, but it's not that permanent. She wants something that is more permanent with more flexibility, less visibility. That is something that comes through intuitively, that she wants less visibility. She wants less people looking at her, less people scrutinizing what she's doing or what she's not doing. The King of Swords in reverse is a legal person. She does have a degree in law. So I wonder if she wants to get on board one of these committees to fight her perceived injustices, the not against her, but the perceived injustices in the political arena. So that's very curious. So I don't know if that is, gunning for a Supreme Court place, if that's, trying to, get in there and refute things that have happened or maybe overturn elections, those kinds of things. So let's see. Let's see if we get some more on this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a certain amount of taking things down, taking people down from where they were. I think squarely she's got her eyes on a certain former president, but taking their eyes down because there's concern about the work that she's done. This is something that keeps her up at night, getting him out of that space, getting the people that can come after her and criticize her, getting them out of that space is really key to her. So, not terrible. I'm not going to say it's too nefarious. I'm being nice. So, all right. So there was Kamala not running for president. So let's talk about Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom was campaigning all over the place. He was splashing his campaigning all over the place and gushing about Joe Biden. It's Gavin Newsom, the guy they're going to try and plug in. Gavin Newsom. Let's start with, does he want it? Does he want it? He doesn't want anybody to know that he wants it. He's pretending that he doesn't want it, but he does. Does he think he's too young? That Page of Cups is very young. He wants to wait until things get really bad, and then he can come in, and there's some degree of it. It would be the worse it gets, the easier the job is, which doesn't really make any sense. I guess you get a little bit of wiggle room and you can make some corrections here and there. It's very curious that he wants it to get worse before it gets better. Is that so people are more grateful? Yes. That's so that whatever he gets, he can say, we're moving forward. It's not what it was before, but we're trying to make corrections. We're correcting course. So, if we break 5 of the dozen eggs, we still have 7. So, yeah. What does the party want? What does the party want? Party wants him. They got to figure out how to sell him. How will they sell him? Well, he's California boy. So how they're going to sell him is not so much him. They're going to sell him on the idea that they really do want him, guys. They're going to sell him on the idea that I don't have a lot of ideas, but what I'm going to do is build a team that is going to solve all the problems. No one man can solve this problem. This is about teamwork. This is about being a team of Americans that are going to save the day. That's what they're doing. Right now, we're all in the same place. We're all on the same playing field. All I see is Trudeau singing that Queen song during lockdown at a piano. Wasn't it during lockdown? I don't know. But he's going to pitch this as we're all on the same page. We need to work together. This Two of Cups is troubling because I don't think that they're able to find him a running mate. I think that is an issue. I think they need to balance some of his machismo. Not that he has a lot of machismo, but some of his testosterone needs to be balanced out with someone else. But ultimately, they're going to try and place him in this position. How does Auntie feel about this? Auntie Burn Pits. Auntie Burn Pits thinks that this is going to be the best solution ever. And she's just sorry that they didn't do it sooner. I think this was something that she had put forth earlier. She might have put this forth at the beginning of the selection. So that is interesting. That is very, very interesting. And of course, we got to look at one more. We got to look at one more because somebody had a book come out. Somebody had a book come out. Miss Hillary had a book come out. Sorry, y'all. Miss Hillary had a book come out. She is nothing if not tenacious. She still can't accept that it's over. She still thinks that she can get in that position. And she still thinks that people like her. She still thinks she can get in the position by some backwards means. She's still looking for a way to get on, like the advisory council or something. Like she's really pushing for it. But there's so many people that just are not willing to take that risk again. Like, keeping Joe on the ticket is going to be a tremendous risk to the Democratic Party because they are probably going to lose the election just based on this performance that we saw. So, putting Hillary in, she's already, she's a proven loss. Right now, Joe is a proven win because he won the last election, but if they put Hillary in, it's a proven loss. So she's just still looking for a way in there. She just would love to do that. She's not willing to stay down. Oh, still thinks that job is hers. Okay. So, what should Hillary do in the meantime? What should she do in the meantime? What should she do? She's going to complain. She's going to grab onto Bill's coattails again. And she's going to use that as her experience as, like, she's very at home in the White House. She's going to use that as her experience as a presidential person. So, does this work? It on paper it works. In action, it comes across very well, but people are not going to buy it. They are not going to go, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's give her the keys to the house. No one's going to do that. The pitch is right if she was someone else, if she was anyone else, but HRC, it would work. So that's really unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. So what is the DNC's plan? What is their plan? The convention is coming. What is their plan? Queen of Pentacles. Now, you guys you know that I've been saying I think that something is going to happen to a woman. Some of you know that from private conversations. Some of you have gleaned it from what I've said here. I do think that there's going to be an event involving a woman in our leadership. So she may not be an actual leader. She may be an associate or someone nearby a leader. But there's going to that is really something that we're looking at here. And there's going to be some guard let down. So what happens next? Two of Pentacles and the Death card. Guys are seeing me pull them. I'm not setting them up. So the Two of Pentacles, when we get that, is we're talking about physical things. So that can be pulling a soul out of a physical body. That can be removing something or taking something off the earth plane, so to speak. And the Death card is that inevitability that happens when people get old, or when things happen, or when pieces of metal go flying around. Yeah, so anvils and pianos falling in cartoons, that kind of thing. So I think there's going to be some kind of event. I think they're still planning that would free them up from the obligations that they have now, allowing them to plug in the new individual Page of Pentacles. So being freed up. So and I'm not completely clear on the rules and regulations for the candidates, because right now Joe is still the unofficial candidate. He's the presumptive candidate because he's incumbent, but I don't know if there's some legal deadline that they have to hit before we go into emergency practice if we have to put somebody else in there. So this will free them up from having to free them up to having someone else plugged in. And there's our woman again, guys. There's the woman again. And I pulled two cards out on this. Justice, unequal. It's not going to be a fair thing. So I pulled two cards. Sometimes two cards will come out together. So we get the Justice card. So it is a legal matter, but it's an unfair legal matter. It's not a balanced legal matter. We have this in reverse, that the balance is off. We are, fighting against one against many. It's, pretty intense here. So what else? What else? And then what? And then what happened? Then the guy we don't like gets to go for arrest. He won't be happy about it if he's still around. I said that if he's still around, he won't be happy about it, but he will sit down. He'll be emotionally banged up. So this really is kind of, I'm rubbing my nose because it's true. This really is kind of the storyline that I was talking about a few weeks ago. And I felt that the storyline and the possibility for that was very, very strong a few weeks ago. This seems like now we may have some more details that are being added to it. So I don't know if this is going to happen, but I am going to stop. I'm not going to stop yet. What should their strategy be? Instead of what they're thinking about, what should their strategy be? And remember, in tarot, we always have free will. We can always work around a tree or a situation or some energy. It's why I read for my clients and I find the yellow brick road out of their little issues and problems and major things that they have going on in their life. So what should the DNC do? What should they do at this point? What should they do? What should they do? So at this point, they need to stop functioning on ideology and start functioning on, what people like. rather than trying to find someone who fits their thought processes and thinking, they should find someone that the people like. So that I think is a much easier fit, and that's probably not Gavin Newsom. So they need to go back to the drawing board and look at the people that are the least problematic and probably the more middle of the road candidates in terms of ideology. That I think would serve them very well. Find someone who's going to fit the whole world better. And that way, we're a little bit closer to the aisle and we can work a little bit better. The person that probably should fill this space is a man, and very enthusiastic and younger, but not as young as they would like. So someone younger, and it feels like it's someone who's younger looking than Gavin Newsom. There's something about his hair that makes me feel like he's more of a mature guy, but I don't even know how old he is. I don't even think he's my age. I could be wrong, but it definitely, it's not somebody in their 50s. It's somebody like in their late 40s. So like, beyond changing diapers and, has moved on to like playing golf a couple days a week with his friends. Can't eat spicy food because it gives him gas. Like that kind of guy. So they should move on to him. But there's something about him. They feel like he's uncontrollable. He's like a bit of a firecracker, a bit feistier, and they're afraid he's going to buck what they need him to do, the powers that be. So he would be a game changer. He would change things, but for the better. It would be a little bit of a slower burn for the Democratic Party. They would get to the same destination, but at a slower pace. So I don't know if that pacing is really appropriate for them. So this is a very fresh-faced guy. There's like something kind of Robert Redford about him. He doesn't look like Robert Redford, but like something Robert Redfordy about him. Like a very, but he's a guy. There's something about having a man in there. Like they're like, the next one definitely can't be a white man. But I think it's a white man. Unfortunately, the world is rife with them. So there's lots of them out there. So that they're gonna, you can't go to the grocery store and get tomatoes if they're sold out of tomatoes. So or if all the tomatoes are rotten. You don't want rotten tomatoes. I don't know. Like, why am I making this tomato? I'm talking about the Democratic Party. I know what I'm talking about. So, Gregopedia chiming in again. I don't have the remote microphone on yet. So I think that's it. I think this is somebody who can solve problems for them, but it is somebody who is a little bit too much for them. So for now, I think I need a new mouse too. My mouse is not cooperating. My mouse is being very naughty. So for now, that's what I got. So we're going to do video number 3. How will America respond to all of this? And then we're going to do video 4. We're going to talk about Joe Biden a little bit. I want to talk about Joe Biden. So I will see you in the next one. Don't forget, I am having a 20% off sale all summer. There's a link in the description below where I can do a reading for you and help you get out of your sticky spots like the Democratic Party. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, and comment. Let me know what you think of this video. I'll see you in 3.